Hello,
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Peggy Asseo. I'm a member of the Rotary's Peace Major Gifts Initiative, and for 15 years I helped to raise support for the Rotary Peace Centers, particularly the Peace Fellowships. We're here today with two fairly recent graduates of Rotary Peace Centers programs, and they'll give you some insights on how the fellowships have impacted them and the work that they're doing. We're going to start with introductions with Maciej Witek and Peggy Sukhumvada. And so let's start with Maciej. Tell people a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Maciej. I am originally from Poland. I graduated from my Peace Fellowship last year, actually exactly a year from now. It's an anniversary while we're recording this. I graduated from International Christian University in Tokyo, Japan. My research was on securitization and desecuritization. Professionally, I'm involved with many education programs, intercultural communication projects, and I worked for NGO supporting children and foster families in my hometown Tarn of Poland.
Hi, my name is Sirilada Sukhumvada. I go by Panna. I come from Bangkok, Thailand. I did my fellowship in the University of Bradford, UK. I graduated just this year, 2026. And in the past, I have worked with the international NGOs on children and women's community development. My focus now is also to uplifting the community and also to engage more into environmental justice. Thank you.
So people often ask the difference between a scholarship and a fellowship. And I'm hoping that they can tell us a little bit about their perspective of what the fellowships brought to them that a regular scholarship would not perhaps have contributed. So, Maciej, would you like to start the conversation and then Pana jump in?
Sure. So, when the Peace Fellowship was first introduced to me by my friend who I met in Tokyo a couple of years ago, I was wondering, I asked actually a question like, why should I get another master's degree? What is the difference? And she told me that this is much more than just master's degree, because the components of the Peace Fellowship are, of course, your research, but also what is very important is applied field experience, your research project, research or anything else project that you do during your summer break between first and second year, which is fully funded, you can do whatever you want. That's an amazing opportunity. You have a dedicated peace center with experts who are ready to guide you through your academic journey. You had amazing network in your host area, amazing Rotarians who are funding your fellowship, your host counselor who is ready to support you with accommodating to new reality and new country. I'm sure I forgot a couple of things, but we will get there. What is your view?
I don't think you forgot anything. I think you finished it all.
Much more.
But if it's from my perspective, I would say that the support from the local Rotarians is what made a difference. Because they welcome us to their homes, welcome us to their community, and also their way of life. We spend a lot of time with them, and I think this is kind of like this is why it's more than a scholarship, because you get to feel more than just an international student in a different country. You feel more of the sense of belonging in the community, and I think that's what makes a big difference for me. Yeah.
And I understand that the scholarship or the fellowship pays more than just a scholarship, that it paid all of your living expenses, your
Exactly.
books and research materials. Is that
Yes.
accurate?
Yes. Also for the field experience, for the research, if we wanted to join any conference, we can also use the funding. You want to add anything?
We do not have to worry for any extra funding as Peace Fellows. And what I would also add is that I really like to put my academic knowledge in practice, and Peace Fellowship was opportunity to do exactly that, because while Peace Fellows of course are busy with their academic journey and research, we also have a lot of opportunities and a lot of experience that we can already utilize during the program. And I think that's the part that I would like to highlight to everybody, that Peace Fellows are scholars, but also peace builders who can bring something already to the community that they pursue their peace fellowship in?
I think that's the like kind of like concluded off. If to add it more, I would say that it's more that because the connection we made throughout the fellowships, and it's not only just with our host consular or host family who get involved with the Peace Fellow, but also with when the Rotarians visit us during our seminar, like annual seminar. There's also an opportunity for us to connect with them. So, and I think that's a good opportunity.
So a question that I would get asked frequently as I spoke with donors was, how do we know the program is working? How do we know that these Peace Fellows are graduating, going out there and helping to create peace? I know there's many different models of how you do it, but could you talk a little bit about your perspective, how you're creating peace and how you see others in your cohort already working to create peace?
I think it was a question that we as a Peace Fellow got asked quite a lot of as well, of how do we make the change and how do you continue this as a Peace Fellow. To me personally, I think a Peace Fellow is also how to say, like a title that we got from the Rotary Peace Fellowship, but I also think that it's not really determined that you need to go out there and become only a peace builder or only work towards conflict resolution only. I feel that this fellowship, one, gives you knowledge, of course, academics, and also it gives you skills, research skills and many other skills that you can also use to open doors to opportunities and also to use in your line of work wherever you do, whatever you decided to do, wherever you wanted to do it. You don't have to go out there and to find a job as a peace, a peace coordinator or something like that. But these peace skills in you, it will always be, a part of you, and you use it throughout your life and your career. Because when you first applied as through this scholarship, you're already a professionals, so you know what you wanted to do. So I think that's my point of view. So what about you?
Yeah, you basically said most of what I wanted to say, but let me highlight that peace can be applied in many different environments, in many different ways. In my cohort, for example, the ICU, every Peace Fellow was very different from each other. We were doing different things. We had activists, educators, language experts, and all the farmers, and all types of different people who have equally valuable experience to bring peace to their communities. And how you ask how to see if the Peace Fellowship is effective. I think that's the role. Well, of course, we as Peace Fellows need to put effort to put our research in practice, but I think very important is support that we receive from Rotarians all over the world after finishing the program. I am really happy to say that after returning to Poland, I had a great support from my local district. We're doing many projects together. And even the fact that both of us are here at this convention, we can bring our voice of peace and share it with everybody here from all over the world.
So the Peace Fellowships are meant to be working fellowships. They are meant for people who come in for a number of months or a couple of years and go back into the community. How has that worked out for you? Do you feel that you have gotten the skills that you were looking for? And are there things that the Peace Fellowships should be looking at in terms of future growth, changes in the program, or things that you wish you had that you're going to have to explore other opportunities in the future for growth?
You wanted to go first since you're already working now? Or?
Maybe. Well, so in terms of what I got from the Peace Fellowship, is like when I was applying, I thought that would be an opportunity to kind of bring all of my previous experiences together and build something on top of it, create something new. And I think I succeeded in the field of education and education programs because I was able to develop some projects like from scratch on my own. I previously worked like for somebody as a part of organization, but I never did anything on myself, and that's what Peace Fellowship gave me, and the network that I gained through the fellowship. And changes in program. I think this program already covers a lot. Maybe, well, we are really fresh graduates, so far we are connected with Rotarians, but I think there should be a lot of effort put by Rotary to stay in touch with Peace Fellows and use us every time anybody needs to, bring peace to their part of the world.
In addition to that, I might just say that what the Peace Fellows gain. Your question is like, what the Peace Fellow gain from the fellowship, and then.
Well, what do they get from the fellowship? What would you like to see in addition in the program that maybe wasn't covered as extensively as you had hoped, and you'll be looking to add to those skill sets in the future?
I think the program, like you said, it already covered like a lot and more than just in academics. When I first applied it, because the master degree is kind of like a life-changing thing, and it's a long-term investment for sure. And I think in order to change, I don't think it can change, but it could be maybe added that because every year we have about 10 fellows that is like to one peace centers program, and if possible, I think if it can be more if you can add numbers more like to the peace fellow, maybe like 15 or something, that would be great, because I think 10 and also for a fellowship that is such, in my opinion, like unique and quite rare to find. So for us who work in NGOs, it's rare to find this opportunity, and when I applied, I feel like I really needed this because of my career path. I wanted to stay in this career path, but also like I needed a master degree to open doors to new opportunities, a bigger institution where I can take on a greater leadership roles, for example. So so that would be like my thoughts on it. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned leadership roles, and I understand that both of you were cohort leaders in some way in your two institutions. Can you talk a little bit about how you worked as leaders in the roles and what kind of conflicts you had to help resolve? Because whenever you get a group of people, you're going to get some conflict. So tell us about it.
I mean, it is challenging because you imagine the group of like 10 people coming from all around the world, different continents. You have people from Africa, Asia, the Middle East, America. So it's really challenging, but our roles wasn't really a leader in a way that was very structured. It's like an informal leadership, I think so. In my context, I was more of like I was trying to always making sure that people have like they do have a different point of view, and they are all heard when we have a discussion about something, when we have something that need like a shared responsibility and all, making sure that the decision was like coming from all of us and not just me or not just one of the person who felt passionately about something, but making sure that as a group of a peace fellow we agreed to a point that we wanted to work on something. You want to add it on anything?
You mentioned like somebody being passionate specifically about like concrete things, and I think this is a unique thing about Peace Fellows that can sometimes lead to conflicts, that everybody is very passionate about their specific field of work.
Yes.
And we need to make sure that for me, peace is a dialogue, so we need to make sure that we have a dialogue and to accommodate all of our areas of interest in the program and our activities. But it's possible, it's absolutely possible for Peace Fellowship to cover everything and provide something for everybody. For me, the leadership role, like the role I kind of take was in the initial part of the fellowship right after arrival to Japan. I was lucky to spend a couple of years in Japan already before the fellowship, so I felt motivated and obligated to share some of my practical knowledge
Yes.
with the incoming cohort. So I prepared some unofficial pieces of advice to my incoming fellows my cohort started also connecting quite early before arrival, because we thought that, well, the earlier we will start talking with each other, the earlier we can actually do something meaningful together. And another thing that was very challenging but possible and I think successful was establishing a Rotary club that for a short moment I was a president, but it was kind of like I didn't really actually do much as a president because we just started this club and with intention of passing it to students at International Christian University. And yes, so to my knowledge, that was the first Rotary Club started by initiative of Peace Fellows. So we thought, well, let's have a project that will bring the Peace Center, Peace Fellows, and the regular ICU students together. Shortly before our graduation, we were able to reach this goal, and the Rotary Club of ICU now exists.
I want to add just a little bit more of a point that come up, and I think what makes it unique is that in this fellowship, we try to make it more of like, our professional who work together, and not about competition or compete among the fellows. And I think that's an important point, because we have the same goal and we have been in the same career path of like, giving back to community and such. So it's more of like a shared responsibility.
So Maciej, you made an important point about being a Rotarian and joining a Rotary Club. Rotary would love to have more Peace Fellows join Rotary clubs. Do you have any ideas on, as a practical matter, how do we get you very, very busy people to join a Rotary club, be a part of an existing club, or start a new club?
I think we should just highlight our activities as much as possible, because once people know what are the opportunities that you have as a Rotary Club member, global grants, all the different projects, I think more people will be really eager to join. And once Peace Fellows realize, who already graduated, that this I think you mentioned that this title of Peace Fellow stays with you after graduation. So after graduation, we are still Peace Fellows. We are always Peace Fellows.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should. That's another thing I think that differentiates Peace Fellowship from other scholarships, because many scholarship programs just ends and then there is like bye. That's all. But Peace Fellowship is not like this. You still have your community and your Rotary family to build peace with.
I think in addition to that, it's true, after the fellowship we have like professional jobs and stuff, so we become quite busy. But if we see the point of like, I'm sure if people see the point of joining and how it can give back to community and society, I'm sure that most of the Peace Fellows would love to join the Rotary. Yeah.
Well, I should add that many Peace Fellows give presentations at clubs and districts and other ways to help to spread the word about the Rotary Peace Center's program, and I sincerely hope that the two of you will also do that. One quick question, because we're about out of time. What was the toughest moment for you in the program?
Maybe not a moment, but the process of arranging my applied field experience. That can be quite challenging, but I decided to utilize my contacts that I had before joining the Peace Fellowship, and I spent those 2 months with mediators and peace builders in the United States, in the state of Ohio, in Dayton. We were creating a community center on a farm.
I don't know if I can still add, or maybe it's ended. For me, so I think it would be because my program at the University of Bradford was quite packed. So I think timing was really tough for me. It's like, for example, we come back from the field experience, we need to start dissertation right away. So I think for me, the timing, the tight timing was quite a challenging thing. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you to the audience for learning a little bit more about our Peace Fellows. We look forward to watching them in the years to come.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.